Having said that, he goes on to the next point now of sadhan bhakti. So in the sadhan bhakti we are to engage in for purifying our heart and preparing the vessel. He says now the next point is, even by mistake, don't do durbhavana anywhere. One is sadbhavana, goodwill. The other is durbhavana, ill will. Somebody helps us, we develop sadbhavana there. Somebody harms us or hurts us, we develop durbhavana, ill will. This person is very bad, he has hurt me like this. So this ill will is as harmful as attachment to the world. This attachment to the world comes in many forms. Attachment can be through positive attraction, attachment, even negative repulsion, that is also attachment. In both cases, the mind goes to the world. If your mind is attached somewhere, that object, that person will repeatedly come to your mind. Oh, that person is so nice, so wonderful. Listen, this is what happened, this is what he told me, this is what she told me. And the same will happen if the mind hates someone. The same thing, that person whom you hate will come to your mind again and again and again. And the same kind of talk, chintan, this is what he did, how bad he is, how awful. Listen, I will tell you what happened exactly. So whether the mind goes to the world positively or negatively, it has gone to the world. And the result is that the mind has become worldly. That is why we have to cut both. Neither positive attachment to the world, nor hatred for the world. Everything is all right. If somebody harmed us, well, God is seated inside him. God was testing us through him. That is the philosophy of the sadhak. He says, God was testing me through him. They don't do durbhavana. There was a Sufi saint called Sant Usman. So he was walking somewhere and somebody spat pan. The betel leaves spat pan upon him. Now I imagine how awful. If something like that happened on us, our temperature would have crossed 120. But Sant Usman was totally cool. He could not be ignited. He looked up towards the heavens and said, Ya Khuda, tu bada dayalu hai. Oh Allah, you are very merciful. I was worthy of this, that you should have thrown burning coal upon me. And you only threw this pan? In other words, he is not seeing that this man did bad to me. He is seeing that God acted through him to test me, to make me more patient, make me more tolerant. So using this trickery of thought, the saints, they prevent any kind of ill will from residing in their mind, because they know if they harbor ill will, they will lose out. Their mind will get stuck there. Like somebody said that resentment, to resent someone, is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. Because the resentment kills you. It's bad for health, it's bad for mind, it's bad for spirituality. So you are hoping the other person dies and you are the one who's drinking poison through resentment. So the intelligent sadhak is neither attached nor does the sadhak hate the world. And further he says, never see faults in others. Only 3 people have the right to see faults. The first is the doctor. That is his duty. The second is the lawyer. That is his profession. And the third is the teacher who is seeing it to teach the student. But otherwise, we have got no right to see faults. Why? Because if we see faults in others, the general thinking will be that I am all right and he is wrong. This will lead to the swelling of the pride. And when this pride swells and we think I am all right, we will not see our own faults. And infinite faults exist in us in the materially conditioned state. They will not be visible to us. And when they are not visible, we will say, I am all right. Our pride will increase even further. So, this fault finding, this has to be shunned totally. Once a father asked his 2 sons to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock and do sadhana. The elder one got up at 4 o'clock and sat down for meditation and prayers. The younger one was sleeping till 7 o'clock. The elder one said, Father, look, what a rascal he is. He's sleeping till 7 o'clock in the morning. The father said, my dear son, if you had to get up at 4 o'clock only to see faults in your brother, it would have been better if you had kept on sleeping till 7 o'clock. Similarly, this human tendency has to be cut. See, we come to satsang also with good intention. But the tendency, we start seeing, this person is like this person is like this person like this. The mind gets deviated, distracted. So we came here, if you come to satsang to see faults, it's better that we don't come. Faults are going to be there, of course. If you go to a hospital and you say, why are sick people out here? You're looking in the hospital, you'll find sick people. Similarly, this is the material realm. In the material realm, everyone has got faults. Why concern ourselves with that? We have a limited amount of time. In that limited time, we should advance rapidly. That is why the Bible says, take the log out of your own eye before you take the twig out of your neighbor's eye. Somebody said, तू जो औरों की ओर करता है अंगुस्ते नुमाई, देख ये 3 झुकी हैं तेरी ओर. When you point fingers at others, look, these 3 are pointed towards you. So somebody who's got focused on the goal has got no time for these distractions. Because at the time of death, God will not ask us what our neighbor did. God will ask us, what did we do? We will not have to give an account of the world. We will not have to give an account of Hinduism and India and all these big things that we keep concerning ourselves with. We will have to give an account for ourselves. What did we do? So our primary duty is to correct ourselves. So that is with that focus, that my goal is to correct myself. There is no time for distractions, like seeing faults in others. So Kripaluji Maharaj says that even in your dream, don't see a fault in anyone else. Keep this in mind, oh dear sadhak. भूली हूँ दुर्भावना कहूँ, हो न सपने हूँ प्यारे। भूली हूँ दुर्भावना कहूँ, हो न सपने हूँ प्यारे। हो न सपने हूँ प्यारे।
भूली हूँ दुर्भावना कहूँ, हो न सपने हूँ प्यारे। भूली हूँ दुर्भावना कहूँ, हो न सपने हूँ प्यारे। हो न सपने हूँ प्यारे।
लखहु जनि पर दोष कबहुक, दोष निज लखु प्यारे। लखहु जनि पर दोष कबहुक, दोष निज लखु प्यारे। दोष निज लखु प्यारे।
लखहु जनि पर दोष कबहु, दोष निज लखु प्यारे। लखहु जनि पर दोष कबहु, दोष निज लखु प्यारे। दोष निज लखु प्यारे।
Now verse 23. Now he says that detach your mind, remove your mind from the world and take it to God. Your goal is to purify your mind, and that will be purified by God. So this fixing on God will not happen automatically. Your mind is made of Maya. The world is also made of Maya. So the mind will naturally run towards the world. Naturally. It will not run naturally towards God. So with effort you will put it in God, but then it will quickly come back to the world. In other words, with all good intention, you sit down to do meditation on Sham Sundar, and without realizing it, in 5 minutes, Sham Sundar has gone and Beta Sundar is in front of you. The mind has gone into the world. Why? This is natural. The man maya te hi banyo, maya te sansara, yate man bhavat sada, yah sansar asar. Like things attract each other, the Maya mind is attracted to the Maya world. So to take it away from the world, you need a takeoff velocity. Right? Like to put a satellite in orbit, you need a certain velocity. But even that is not enough to escape the gravitation of the force, because of the gravitational force of the earth, because the satellite rotates around. And to escape, you need the escape velocity. So that escape velocity is required to counter the gravitational pull of the earth. Similarly, the mind is being pulled towards the world. The mind is made of Maya, the world is made of Maya. So to break out of it, you need to apply force. You have to force your mind away from the world into God. That is sadhana. If it was happening automatically, there would be no need for sadhana. Then everybody would automatically become God realized. But don't expect it to happen automatically. Understand the process and be prepared. What is the process? You will take the mind away from the world with effort. This is called vairagya. You will put it in God with effort. This is called abhyas. Abhyasenu tu kaunteya, vairagyena cha grihyate, the Gita says. Both these will require effort. The third one will not require effort. What is that? The mind will come back from God into the world. Then again you will put in effort to take it away. Again you will put effort to put it in God. Again without effort it will come back. This battle will take place when you do sadhana. Arjuna had said, Chanchalam vimana Krishna. Oh Shri Krishna, this mind is very fickle. It seems to me it is more restless than controlling the wind. Shri Krishna did not dismiss Arjun, that Arjun, you are talking nonsense, you are making a mountain out of a molehill. Shri Krishna said, Asanchayam mahabaho mano durnigraham jalam. Arjun, what you are saying is perfectly right. Mano durnigraham. The mind is difficult to control, but he never said anigraham. He said durnigraham. It is not impossible. Then, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena chikrihyate. Through practice and detachment, it will come under control. So, Kripaluji Maharaj now mentions just that. Keep practicing. Take it off, put it in God. Take it off, put it in God. Slowly, slowly, you will start getting success. If it sticks in God for 1 minute out of 10 minutes on the first day, well, that is a tangible success. After 1 week, it will stick for 2 minutes. After 4 weeks, it will stick for 3 minutes. After 8 weeks, it will stick for 4 minutes. That depending on your speed, you will keep progressing. So, in this way, we will move ahead. जगत ते मन को हटा कर लगा हरि में प्यारे. जगत ते मन को हटा कर लगा हरि में प्यारे. लगा हरि में प्यारे.
जगत ते मन को हटा कर लगा हरि में प्यारे. जगत ते मन को हटा कर लगा हरि में प्यारे. लगा हरि में प्यारे.
इसी का अभ्यास पुनि पुनि करु निरंतर प्यारे. इसी का अभ्यास पुनि पुनि करु निरंतर